Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Aquarius, is Serenity. Now, if you look at the picture, it's a very calm energy. This is like a woman, so beautiful, very ethereal. There's butterflies, which indicate transformation. There's lavender, there's moon behind her, so moonlight, and it's a very gentle feeling when you look at this picture. There is no much movement. It's really, there is like a jug in her hand and she's pulling water from it. Very Aquarian energy of pouring into the collective. I feel that Aquarius, at this point in time, you might be conflicted right now between what you want to accomplish and what exactly you're seeing in your environment. Maybe you have a dream. Maybe there is a goal that you have in mind, but you're looking at your reality, through your reality where you work or where you live, and you're like, I'm not sure if I can achieve this in this current moment. And especially with the current transits, because Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, 12th house, karmic. A water sign. Pisces is a water sign. You are the air sign, Aquarius. But Neptune retrograding in Pisces, and also I feel Uranus is in Gemini or Cancer right now. I feel that Venus is opposing Saturn. So with the current planetary alignments for you, Aquarius, it's take a moment to pause. Take that time by yourself to settle your emotions down, to find the peace that you have been looking for. Settle your emotions. You might be restless, you might be anxious at this point in time. So see how you can recalibrate your emotions, your goals, and see how you can align your current reality with your values. Because Serenity is not a passive energy. It's a regenerative energy. It's like the river. When the river flows and it's flowing to a rock, you know how the power of water, like the flowing water, can actually, carve the rock. It can shape it into a new shape. So similarly for you, I feel at this point in time, if you can just focus calmly on whatever you're doing, this will shape a new reality for you. Not only will it heal you emotionally, align with your values, this is also asking you to tap into your intuition, because you're the air sign. You're more like goal-driven, engaging with your knowledge and all of that, but pay attention to your intuition as well. You might have Pisces or some water placements heavily in your chart, right? The chart. You might be feeling highly intuitive right now. But at this point in time, gently disconnect yourself from any chaos in your external environment. Some of you might be actually spending more time in your water bodies, or you need to do that, whether it's by nature or whether it's outside of your house. And there is something about a vision that you have for yourself. So restore that vision and see how you can make it into reality based on your current situation. It's that thing that you are going to create, but it's the calm and the silence before that thing that you innovate. Now, purple is like the higher chakra colors, the crown chakra and all of that. So this indicates that you need to pay attention to your dreams and signs that the universe might send you, because the universe is trying to communicate to you at this point in time, whether you incorporate it through spiritual or meditation practices, but you will have some psychic insights is what I'm getting. This is also the color of lavender. Some of you might be into lavender or planting lavender or using essential oils and scents of the same. But I feel that, this is like let me tell you, this is like that energy which is growing silently. The quitting movement that is happening right now, where people are choosing their peace and minimalistic lifestyle and, having better balance in their work and personal lives. It's not a rebellious energy, but it's just that, people are refusing to extend themselves just to collect, just to hoard money to collect belongings. So it's a quiet quitting movement kind of an energy. You might be into that, or you might be practicing more healing or more sound baths or things like that. Or you might be traveling a lot, in order to just rejuvenate your love for life and love for the world. This is also an energy of disconnection, whether it's digital detoxing or disconnecting from heavy engagements with people, parties, or social causes or social parties and things like that. So it's like having disconnect from somewhere, maybe disconnect from shopping or things like that. But this is indicative of that quiet strength that can bring a lot of healing, bring a lot of transformation. And just, it's like, there is something powerful about surrendering in a quiet way, in a graceful way, without being rebellious about it. So in short, this is a quiet revolution that you're going through right now, Aquarius, and this is going to shape your new reality. It's going to be a new reality, but it's just that you have to calm your senses down, calm your emotions down right now. Next you have is the moonlight enchantment magic. So if you see this forest is glowing with the silvery moon in the background. Well, there is a lot of trees. And, number 25, so 257 are coming through prominent with this. There is a lone wolf out here that's, howling at the moon. It's like the moon card in the tarot, the major arcana, some kind of a similar energy. But I feel for you, Aquarius, this is more about spiritual practices, because you are 11th house energy. Collective Aquarius energy is about technology or networking. You're the visionaries of the zodiac. So there is something which is shifting up here. With the moon over here, there is some kind of emotions that are being stirred and something that's changing up for you. You might be looking back at your, ancestors, what they did, the wisdom that comes from ancestors. Something which is timeless. You might be looking at those things. And I feel that you're creating new intentions for yourself. You might be practicing some moon rituals, but you're trusting your emotions. You're also manifesting in a very creative way. Moon is all about emotions. It's about engaging our creativity. Sacral chakra is related to our emotions, which stands for creativity. So you might be doing something more creatively than before. And you might be also seeing some synchronicities or coincidences, as they call it. But it's actually divine communication, whether it's through moonlight rituals or whether it's by spending some time outdoors in the moonlight. You might be into nature or natural practices. Maybe you're into herbalism. This could also be some kind of spiritual practices that you could be using for manifestation. Maybe vision boards, or you're just reading up something about the moon or astronomy. You're learning something about moon rituals, somehow creating positive intentions to manifest your dreams into the real world. Because moonlight is very potent energy. It's actually, it's a, I would say that people do a lot of liminal energy rituals in the moonlight at night. And liminal energy is actually that space between the two worlds when you're ending things and you're starting newer chapters, right? Because now you're setting new intentions. And also, I was actually hearing a podcast about, I think it was in about some pineal gland, about the pineal glands that we have. It's actually related to our intuition. And it becomes very sensitive, it becomes more activated based on the lunar cycle, especially during full moon. And there is a full moon out here and a full moon on August 9 in Aquarius. So I feel that you might be using a lot of natural practices that are scientifically proven to birth on humans. You might be combining it with ordinary practices like sound baths and essential oils and healing and Reiki and things like that. It's like when you, especially for the full moons, right? Full moons are completions, and then when new moons are setting up new intentions. But under full moons also we set new intentions. We tap into different sound frequencies. We heal during we heal using those singing bowls. There's also guided visualization these days that are useful to tap into the manifestation, to create our dreams into a reality. So you might be into reading about astral spaces, or you might be into gardening at night. There's something called as a lunar gardening as well. There's also something called as moon water that people create a lot these days. People use a lot, like dream journals or moon waters. There's also crystals that are activated using full moon. You could also be creating something related to spirituality online. It's like, using technology to create something, spiritual retreats, or promoting or marketing your new business, which is related to spirituality online. You could be doing that as well. And for those of you that are not aware, in these days, there is another initiative that is coming up. It's called Moon Economy, where people are experimenting in their farms and agriculture. It's called lunar farming, right? And they're using a lot of moon-based technology, practices and rituals in order to for crop growth and harvesting. Some of you could also be writing things, creative literature, art, which is based on ancient practices, like something of the past, the ancient practices, or something related to 1800s or 1900s. You could be discovering something, writing something, or creating articles and movies in regards to that as well. Something related to our ancestors and people that were born in the 1800s, 1900s, tribes, or something related to that theme. Because this is becoming like exceedingly popular. Those meditations, like retreats, people come together in groups, they set intentions, especially on lunar eclipses. So those could be something that you're getting ready for or you're practicing already. Next you have is number 5, win or lose. So over here there is a sword. Looks like an ace of the swords moment. This sword is stuck in the earth. But at the same time, there is a heart in the right in the center of it, and it's made by, and it's surrounded or enveloped by two hands that are coming in from either directions, right? So the sword is stuck in the earth. Earth is, groundedness, but at the same time, the sword indicates clarity. And for you, Aquarius, right now, Mars is actually squaring Neptune. It's a difficult transit, so you might be clouding your judgment. But at the same time, you also have a positive energies of Mercury training Uranus, which means that Mercury is all about thinking and breakthroughs and insights. So I feel that you might be stuck debating or thinking. Maybe it's an inner turmoil, or maybe you're just in a conversation, disagreements. So you have to ask yourself right now, Aquarius, like, are you disagreeing just, for to know the reality, to get clarity, or are you just arguing just to be right? Is this an ego moment for you? Because it is a karmic moment, because 5 is actually, a number of changes, of conflicts, of turning points in life, because it's linked with the planet Mercury. Mercury's rules our communication, the way we talk. It also rules Gemini, which is a sign of duality, which means that it's our thought that can actually create battles for us, or it can create breakthroughs for us. It just depends on what intention you have in your head right now. You might be facing some miscommunication, or you might be facing some misunderstandings from people, your friends, your partners in your family, like wherever this is. So instead of acting and reacting and, adding fuel to the fire, it's probably a better idea to seek, to hear the other person's point of view and to find a common ground. So diffusing ego will help you right now. Working together with people and trying to find a common ground will help you right now. Being right is not going to benefit you in any ways at this point in time, because it is a karmic moment for you. It's a test. Are you going to choose peace over pride, or are you going to just, win for the heck of winning? So even if you choose to diffuse your ego and, solve the problem and find common ground, this is an evolution that will shape your future, because now you're going to move past all ways of controlling people and controlling situations and controlling arguments. So it will create a new way of moving forward by, setting positive intentions of keeping ego aside. It is a kind of a test right now for you, Aquarius. So try to find that, moment, because not just to win, don't debate just to win. Do it for your own personal growth, evolution, and for the greater good of people. So be mindful of who you're debating with and what you're debating for, or who are you arguing for, and what will you achieve with all those arguments that you're putting up with. So communicating in a peaceful and without getting aggressive is gonna really benefit you now, especially in relations. There's a heart over here, so I do feel there is some kind of group dynamics involved over here, maybe. And this could be online as well. It doesn't have to be verbal. It could be some social media drama which is going on in your life, amongst people. So keep that aside, and I feel that it will benefit you. Like this could also be, it's like, well, it's like an example, like, let me see. It's like when two people call it quits, but they do it amicably because they realize that, they cannot go on together any further. They want to pursue their own lives. They want to pursue and go in different directions. Maybe they have different jobs that ask for one person to travel and the other person's working night shifts and it's not working for them together, So amicable separation, and not with opposition, not with negativity, but realizing that, two people of diverse backgrounds have come together that cannot make it work. So nothing wrong with the both of you, but it's just that the dynamics is not working. So understanding that, having that clarity and doing it peacefully is the whole undercurrent of this. And understanding that the real power that we have is not just or winning, for the sake of winning, but in truth, in our positive values, in our positive intentions. And when we come from that mindset, no one truly uses, right? And the last card today, you have Aquarius as a Six of Cups. It's a Sun in Scorpio energy, right? So Six of Cups is like a bridge between today and yesterday for the most fun. It's like when we are looking into the past about who we were, our home, our history, our past friendships, the dreams we had, but not living in the past. So something you might be revisiting right now, Aquarius, it's just that moment where you need to honor where you came from, your roots, your childhood, the friends, the people, the family that was, your hometown, things like that. It's also a time to forgive things of the past, of who you were, of what you did, everything. And this is also an opportunity for you to connect with your inner core as to who you are actually from the core, instead of who the world shaped you into. So it's that moment where you might be revisiting your hometown, you might be revisiting your friends, talking to them or connecting with them. You might be looking at things that you started as a kid or as a teenager, and you want to pursue that further, maybe a craft or skill that you want to bring to light, something that you wanted to write, or you have a journal that you were writing and you're reading that up. It could be places that you wanted to travel as a kid and now you want to pursue that. So it's something about, some memory, which something deep-rooted, some deep emotional memory that you want to recreate now. You want to fulfill that. You could also be into, healing practices or getting yourself healed because of something that you experienced in the past. So it's something that, and Six of Cups is a very important moment where our past actually shapes the way we are today and shapes our future as well. Because, when we are conditioned, it forms an identity for us. It gives us, the place where we grew up, the environment, the family, everything shapes us, shapes our future, the way we do things, the way we think things. So it could be that. And in today's times, I feel the world as a collective is going through a Six of Cups moment because we're seeing some, the music that was there in the 90s, the 2000s, it's like coming up again. The shows are coming up again. They're being rebroadcasted, maybe with a little bit of shift here and there. But those shows, those music, Everything was some of the retro popular shows and music is coming back again because we still feel connected to the music of that age. Those were the innocent times, the times where there was no digital media. We were still free and there was no, there is something comforting about looking at the past and connecting with the past, whether it's people, whether it's our shows or music, or whether it's, reading our past journals, going to our hometown, or just reading those comics that we have saved, or that our parents or family had saved for us, or playing those games, retro games is also coming back, Pac-Man and all of that. So you could be into that. But, something about our childhood, it actually just helps, it actually shapes our lives. It shapes our legacy, how we act, the decisions that we make, these are all tied to our experiences of the past and everything that we feel deeply, that, that we connect with, that strikes a chord with us. It's not about getting lost in the past. It's just about, it's not about living in the past, but it's also not about erasing the past, right? It's like weaving that into the present moment. And we do it with more panache. We do it with new age methodologies and technology and things that are available today. So it's like weaving the threads of the past into the future, something like that. Maybe it's like, it's at the museums. There are so many museums. Why? Because they want to preserve all that knowledge of those days, and they want next generations to come and visit it so that they're connected with their history and their roots. There's also, I've seen a lot of coming back of all the cartoons and shows like, avatars and things like that, that people connect with still. There's a lot of trauma healing that happens when we connect to childhood things and toys and journals and things like that. So it's that kind of energy. Some of you might be, it's a moment where I've seen like a lot of people, they create those children's reading books that are inspired by their grandmother's stories. They want to share it with the next generation. And especially during COVID times, you would have seen that people use their mom's recipe and create new businesses, cooking businesses out of it because they want to revive their mom's recipe. They feel strongly connected to it. So it's about progressing and creating a legacy using yesteryear's recipe and yesteryear's food that they grew up on and things like that. So, Aquarius, hope you enjoyed your messages. And these are general messages. They could be out in your life or in the environment around you, in your family or in your near and dear friends and neighborhood. So let me know how these energies are playing out in your life. It helps me connect better with the people that, that tried here at Amaranth. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.